Am I caught up in a life storm right now? Do I feel like I'm wandering through a never-ending labyrinth of trials with no light at the end of the tunnel? Well, I'm not alone in this. We all encounter adversity, and it's these trials that mold us and help us grow. They may seem like insurmountable mountains, but I assure myself, they're not. Just think about climbing a steep mountain. It's exhausting, it's tough, my muscles are screaming, and I'm gasping for breath, but I don't quit. Why? Because I know that the view from the summit is worth the struggle. The same goes for the adversities I'm dealing with right now. These trials are my steep, winding paths to climb. They test my resilience, determination, and courage. And once I reach the top, once I overcome them, I will meet a better version of myself. Every morning, as the golden hue of the sun streams through the cracks in my curtains, I wake up. Not just physically, but metaphorically too. I wake up to my dreams, my goals, my passion. I wake up to a new day filled with unending opportunities. I look at myself in the mirror, my eyes reflecting a universe of possibilities, and I make a choice. I choose to believe in myself, in the power of my conviction and the relentless spirit within me. Believing in oneself might seem like an easy task, but it's a courageous act. It's an act of defiance against the world that constantly tries to shape us, define us, and sometimes even confine us. It's me challenging the standards, questioning the norms, refusing to be just another face in the crowd. But it's not a one-time choice, it's a commitment that requires renewing every single day. And that's the beauty of it. Each day, I get to choose my path, my attitude, my responses. There are days when my faith in myself wavers, when my confidence crumbles under the weight of expectations and societal pressure. It's in those moments that I remind myself, I am more than my doubts and fears. I am more than the disappointments and failures. I am my strength and resilience. I am my own cheerleader and my harshest critic. I stand tall, not in defiance of my weaknesses, but in acceptance of them. Pushing through obstacles is a part of this journey. Every day I find new challenges waiting at my doorstep, sometimes intimidating, sometimes overwhelming, but I've learned to see them not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones to my success. They test my mettle, push my boundaries, and stretch my capabilities. With every hurdle I overcome, I become a better version of myself, more resilient and determined. Sometimes the obstacles are external deadlines, financial constraints, societal expectations. Other times they're internal self-doubt, fear of failure, procrastination. But in each instance, I look at the obstacle and think to myself, what can I learn from this? Because every challenge comes with a lesson. It's like a puzzle that needs to be solved. And in the process, I end up discovering parts of myself that I didn't know existed. Challenges and adversity are natural parts of life. They come in different forms: personal, professional, health-related, or relational. A challenge is a demanding circumstance that requires effort to conquer. It could be a goal I'm striving for or a change I'm trying to make. Adversity, on the other hand, is a state of difficulty or misfortune. It's the painful episodes life throws at me, often without warning. Why do I face these trials and adversities? They are not just roadblocks on my path. They are opportunities for growth cleverly disguised as problems. Each challenge and adversity has a purpose, and that purpose is to help me grow stronger, more resilient, and wiser. They push me out of my comfort zone, forcing me to think, adapt, and triumph. They uncover parts of myself I never knew existed and teach me lessons I wouldn't have learned otherwise. Essentially, they shape who I am. For instance, losing a job can be daunting, but it might also be the nudge I need to reassess my career path. Maybe it pushes me to discover a passion I'd ignored or to cultivate skills I'd never considered. It could be the start of a journey that leads me to a more rewarding career, or it might teach me the value of resilience, persistence, and financial management. So even though it's a tough situation, it's filled with invaluable lessons and potential for growth. Challenges and adversity are not my enemies. They are stern teachers, but the lessons they teach are priceless. By changing my perspective, I can see them not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Mindset is everything. It's the filter through which I see my life and its events. My mindset determines how I interpret and react to adversity. When confronted with a challenge, a positive and resilient mindset can make the difference between feeling hopeless and finding the strength to push on. It's not about denying the reality of the situation, but about focusing on the opportunities it presents and the lessons I can learn. So how do I cultivate this mindset? First, I acknowledge that trials and adversity are inevitable parts of life. Accepting this truth helps me see adversity as a part of life's journey, not a punishment or setback. Next, I practice reframing. When I face adversity, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" I ask, "What can I learn from this?" Or "How can this experience help me grow?" Finally, I practice gratitude. It's easy to focus on the negatives during hard times, but remembering the good in my life provides balance and positivity. Gratitude shifts my focus from what's going wrong to what's going right, helping me maintain a positive mindset. Consider Thomas Edison, who saw failure not as a dead end, but as a stepping stone to success. Despite thousands of failed attempts to invent a working light bulb, Edison saw each failure as a lesson learned, bringing him one step closer to success. His resilient mindset drove him to persevere and ultimately succeed. Or think about J.K. Rowling, who faced multiple rejections for her Harry Potter manuscript. Instead of giving up, she persisted, believing in her story and her talent. Her resilient mindset led to the phenomenal success of the Harry Potter series. But changing my mindset isn't enough. I also need to act. Adversity calls for more than just a change in perspective. It demands decisive, intentional action. By actively addressing my challenges, I can move towards resolving them and become more confident, competent, and resilient along the way. So how do I take action? The first step is recognizing and accepting the situation. Ignoring or denying the issue only prolongs it and worsens things. Acceptance isn't the same as resignation. It's acknowledging that something needs to change. Then I create a plan, looking at my options, resources, and potential sources of help. I implement the plan, making adjustments as I go along. No plan is perfect, and there will be unexpected hurdles, so I need to be flexible and committed. Remember, I'm not alone. As a human, I'm a social creature, and drawing strength from others is invaluable. Support can provide comfort, different perspectives, advice, and practical help. Friends and family can offer emotional support, and professionals can provide expert advice. I'm not weak for asking for help. In fact, reaching out to others for support is an act of strength and courage. Persistence is my secret weapon. It's the grit and determination that keeps me going in the face of adversity. It's about continuing to strive for overcoming, despite difficulties or slow progress. As Henry Ford once said, "When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it." Persistence is that force that allows me to soar above adversity and reach new heights. And as I navigate these trials, I must remember to take care of myself. Self-care is a necessity, not a luxury. Whether it's taking time each day to relax, eating well, exercising, or spending time with loved ones, taking care of myself physically and emotionally fuels my resilience. Lastly, I need to celebrate every step forward, no matter how small. Each victory, each milestone reached, is a testament to my resilience and determination. It boosts my morale, recharges my motivation, and serves as a reminder of my strength and ability to overcome. As I wrap up this reflection, I remind myself I must believe in my strength, my resilience, and my ability to overcome. I see challenges as opportunities for growth, not setbacks. I am patient, persistent, and positive. I reach out for support, practice self-care, and celebrate my victories. I am strong. I keep faith. And I remember that every challenge I conquer is a victory in my growth story. I am stronger than I think and more resilient than I believe. I keep going, knowing that every adversity carries within it the seed of growth and transformation. I keep pushing forward, growing, and I remember that I'm not alone in this journey. Together we can and will overcome.